Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Attack Productions. Today I bankrupt joined again by maybe Nick, but we do have Jason and Jimmy here right now.
What's up, guys?
You did us all out of fucking order.
How am I out of order? I just want to specify. I don't want to go Jason, maybe Nick, and then Jimmy, you know?
Who's that? Who's Nick?
You wanted me to say you first, didn't you? No, that's what it is. Today's matchup is round threes. We got Jimmy back on again, but he decided to change up a little bit just because I feel like at this point it didn't really matter what you played, and we wanted to kind of add more to the channel this week. So we got Jason bringing back Drip Code and Jimmy playing his take on Spaceship.
Yeah, like you said, I decided to switch off a baby for this last round. It didn't really affect the tournament. I gave Jason the win overall because I did switch decks in this last round. Mainly because I had a start of a horrific headache and did not want to play blue anymore. So I was like, let me play the Unga Bunga deck.
He got his ass beat.
I don't want to hear that shit. But this match ended up being far more of a headache than I expected it to be, thanks to Jason and him playing yellow.
Well, I'm seeing that his energy is yellow-blue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, switch it up again. That's what I'm known for at the shop, is to switch it up every other week. Yeah, I went yellow-blue with it just because, Drip Coup is amazing, but I guess just my style of play. Once I would get to like turn 4, my deck would kind of struggle a little. So I wanted something that would give me an extra little edge, and I figured the blue energy manipulation would help me out with that.
I mean, also getting both the check lens early on, fantastic. I think for being on camera. I don't know how the rest of your games went, but I mean, that's a great start.
Well, if I remember correctly, Jason, you're only running 2 check lands in the list as well.
3.
3 now. Okay.
I had 3 during the tournament because I borrowed one, and then I also have another card that's blue yellow, which is Goku Hit Supreme Alliance.
The blockers, right?
Yeah, it is, but it's great because it's a rival. But at this point in the game, since I don't have very many charge targets, I was going to use that as a 4th energy if I had to.
We had talked earlier in the day about his multicolor Drip Coup list, and I was really intrigued by it when he was telling me about it, but I didn't think that it would be as potent. And it's like the small things that I didn't think would be very good, and stuff that didn't even require the multicolor energy. The Zamasu super combo is huge in this matchup, as you'll see. It does become a massive factor. Like there's a couple times where I think you sense you being up, and I'm like just sitting there sweating. Like, what else can you do out of this? So it was really fun to play this. It was kind of a fresh take on playing the Drip Coup matchup because I am so sick of these Unison base decks. So it was really fun to play against this particular build. I'm having a rough start of things when it comes to the GT side of the board. My turn 2 play of throwing out the Pan followed by the Trunks and Goku was ended up kind of being really clunky because I had to drop the 1-drop to search out my Planet M2 Goku. I already had the Pan and Trunks loaded, and just did not get it in a way that I could play my regular turn 2 play, which was a little unfortunate. But I still felt pretty confident because I have everything loaded up for the future turns. Plus, this Gohan coming out was really scary, especially like this.
Oh snap!
This early
because he can swing with lead and then awaken and resend the multicolor energy afterwards, and then since it being wow,
yeah,
it makes it even better. That's good. Especially if you do the minus 3 or 4, which already boosts the leader in itself. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Okay, that's pretty good.
Um, plus this 5K on the leader is a little bit more annoying than I gave it in other matchups. Other matchups always seem like the plus on the leader was just kind of like like whatever. But after playing it with GT, where most of my cards are going to be at the 15K value, I was like really fucking annoyed every time he -3 on this Gohan. um,
And that's my whole goal of any deck I make is I just want to annoy the hell out of Jimmy with it.
well, I mean, you're doing a fantastic job at it, sir.
But yeah, I like really enjoyed playing the blue yellow version of this deck. It actually seems to be, well, at least for me, more easy to control the deck, I guess, on my opponent's turn.
Mhm.
Like different things that I want to do.
Mhm. And here I opt not to rip the Gohan down to 0, which was probably a bad idea. I ended up ripping it down to 5K, and you put it back up to 10K on my unawakened leader. Um,
What was the
and
reason holding off on it?
I felt scared with the 2 open energy that if I put my Unison in a spot of where he could easily take it out, that he could just throw some stuff out there and just blow out my Unison with that 2 open energy, and also having sensor beans available that you could make those drop a Unison swing, drop a Unison swing, drop a Unison swing, make those go very wide. Of course, you had to spend a lot of resources, but in GT, where my Unison is everything, I was not willing to put it in a position that it could just get blown out like that.
Gotcha.
Um, but it still puts me in like traditional awakening range, which is completely fine. Uh, another annoyance here is these damn flying nimbuses. In a deck that wants to swing with all of my battle cards, it was very upsetting seeing those nimbuses come down.
Especially on a leader swing first, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, usually like when I see someone swing with leader first, that's when I usually will do flying nimbus.
Mm-hmm. Which is very smart. Um,
I just knew going into the game with this matchup, just as many battle cards as I know you can play. I end up running 4 flying nimbus.
yeah, very, very smart. Um,
And that was smart. I don't know if you realize, like, you didn't need to tap 2 energy because you only get one more swing. Or if you just wanted to searcher, because, like, having Prideful Transformation ready to go would have been bad, I feel like.
uh, so on the pan, I didn't have a good Trunks target other than IPT, and I don't want to be striking my own life with IPT at this point in the game. And having both a Battle for Planet M2 and a Soaring Through Space, I would rather play just 2 of the Gokus than tap 2 for the pan to play the 1-drop Trunks and a Battle for Planet M2. Because with the plus on the leader now being a 20K, the 20K Soaring Through Space is going to be much more valuable in this particular matchup. But in my hand, like, or a lot of the cards that I have are geared towards dealing with battle cards on the field, so it kind of feels like a waste to sometimes play stuff like the 4-drop Trunks and the Soaring Through Space, because you're not getting the full value of being able to neg out battle cards with them, which is a little unfortunate, but um, is what it is. And if you notice in my hand, I have 3 chain attack Bardocks, and I'm trying to get to a position where I can just drop swing, drop swing, drop swing, uh, which would be great if I wasn't playing against yellow. And right here, I smartly, I was like, he's going to Flying Nimbus me again. So I'm like, all right, I'm not going to swing with the leader first. I'm going to go ahead and get this swing off, so I get at least another battle card swing and possibly another auto proc. And he's like, nah, I'm just going to Zamasu down your leader.
That's really good, yeah.
Yeah, I only run 2 Samasus right now. I'm thinking about making it just an even 4. They turned out to be better than I thought they were going to be.
How were your draws then throughout the night?
During this matchup, not so great. I mean, off the bat, I got pretty lucky with getting some of the cards that I needed, but during turn 3 and after, it's just I was barely getting any good cards in my hand.
You're not playing. You established the Gohan so quickly without going into like a Vegeta Piccolo combo to get the draws off it. Your resources do seem a little small right now compared to Jimmy's hand.
Yeah, for sure. That definitely was a setback. Going into it, I wanted to play the 3-drop knowing that I can awaken then Bean. But I should have maybe waited an extra turn, just like you said. That way I can get more cards in my hand.
So I put this swing into your unison because you were, if I remember correctly, you were at 3. You could have just bottomed one and then had another -3 proc. And you decided to drop this negate that also has a Spirit Boost 1, which if you were to Spirit Boost, it would have done pretty much the exact same effect that I was trying to do. So it's very smart to just play it as a hard negate and keep the battle card on field than to activate to remove something on my end. Because even though I have a big scary field, yellow has a lot of ways of just mitigating all of that with stuff like Black Kamehameha that is in your energy. Your Nimbuses can make, my swings just not happen. You have some also super combos. So I think that's a very smart play not to jump the gun on ripping the Spirit Boost.
Yeah, definitely. Because at this point, I knew that I needed to keep Gohan alive just for the lack of cards in my hand. So.
I see you've already. Did you swing first and activate the effect?
What, off the unison?
Yeah. Or did you activate the effect first, then swing with unison? I mean, then swing with the battle card.
Honestly, I can't really see what my dice says.
Yeah, I believe you activated first and then swung with the battle card.
Against Spaceship, that was really scary, especially if your unison only has 1 marker now because of it. Because he could have just negated with difference of status and just nagged out your unison entirely, and you would have just lost out on that triple strike.
Yes, but if I remember correctly, I do have another one in my hand. So I think all I had right now is unisons in my hand. So after I was able to activate it again for the second time, I wasn't really worried that much about losing it.
Gotcha.
So I did get a King Vegeta imposing presence on that Gohan, and we were talking it through about like what it would be at and all that, and he's like, "Well, that doesn't matter. Here's a non-super combo, super combo." I was like, "Oh shit."
Here's a way for you to pitch 2 cards in a second.
Yeah, I didn't like that SCR at first because it's, there's always a chance that I won't be able to play it if my, opponent is able to rest mode 4 cards. But I just like the fact to be able to have basically a 5th super combo.
No, even if I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's certainly a fantastic card. I think it's a little underrated in the current meta, especially for yellow because you have the Gohan Piccolo. But having a 5th super combo sometimes can be a massive game changer. I've been a big fan of kind of shoehorning the Radiant Saiyans into a few lists over stuff like Baby Hatch, because it's a very underrated card. Both of these secret rares are just fantastic cards.
Yeah, once I started to learn to when was the appropriate time to play it, it actually started to work out really well. So,
and hanging on to your second swing just so you have another blocker smart play, especially since now whatever you do, it wasn't going to go through with testing ops being on activated.
Mm-hmm. And right here, we do forget about the +5 on the leader. He picked the life, and I end up just comboing that off to make it work because it's a token. I'm not comboing it off in any other situation. It was going to probably go on to the Battle Planet M2 attack, so either way, it works. So I also had completely forgot that that Gohan had blocker.
The Unison? Wait, what? Did you just now draw that? You have had to just now draw that, yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Blocking with it, yeah.
Yeah. Also had
you can't block it, right? Is that
yeah.
what it is? Yeah.
You cannot block with that, which I also had forgotten that the Secret Rare had blocker. I forgot a lot of things in this matchup, mainly because I was just like, can you not tap down my shit or flying Nimbus me?
You did just go through a whole blue on blue match prior to this.
Yeah, that is true. So I don't have any attacks left, but I just didn't want to deal with this board, so I threw out the Trunks to neg down the Secret Rare by 10. Secret Rare will be removed from game, but who cares?
Oh, shit.
Negged it down to 30, and then I drop the trios and just go ahead and Spirit Boost the 3 to just wipe the field. And now the only thing I have to worry about is the leader and then the prop Unison swings, and then whatever else he has from hand, which if I remember correctly, your hand was barely low at this point.
Yeah, I think I had 4 cards in my hand.
And setting on a pan blocker plus 4 life, and then I'm also setting on 2 difference of status. I felt fairly safe. And
you're kind of not mentioning that bunny girl in your hand either.
Yeah, I was setting on that since the beginning of the game, and I even burned a Krillin super combo when I really probably didn't need to, just to have a target in the drop area to play out with her. But at no point in this game did he try to remove any of my Earthlings. So I was kind of just sitting there, like every card he played, I was like, "Come on, target the pin."
Yeah, but he wasn't playing. It looks like he wasn't playing a lot of the Unisons that do that, because I think that's it's either the Tien or the Krillin. I think that can pop a card. I might be wrong. They might just keep it rested. It's been a bit since I played it.
Yeah, it's actually I actually took all the Tiens out.
Okay.
So now I only run Vegeta, Piccolo, and Krillin. So those actually don't KO anything. Oh no, Vegeta does, if I remember correctly.
We do have another Drip Crew player in the call who could just answer that question.
Nope.
It's a status effect here.
Yeah. So I go ahead and just rip all the power off of Gohan. He does get his restand from the first attack on triple attack, but loses the subsequent ones. But that felt pretty nice here. I don't remember how many markers I had, but I had very few markers. If I had to, I could rip. I think I was at 2 markers now, so I could rip a total of 15k off of a card with the second difference of status, but I would have lost my Unison. That being said, I do have another Unison in the drop area that can proc with the leader, and I already have a pretty decent field set up, so I don't have to worry too much.
I'm assuming you're swinging at the Unison now, and that's why you went and activate blocker, probably.
If I remember correctly, I think you were swinging at my life.
Yeah, I don't think at any point in our game that I swing at your Unison.
Okay, so you're in that boat where it's one or two situations, depending on what the cards in your hand are of one open energy. You know, you get the other swing. See, right there, I think you should have applied pressure to the Unison, force him to block, then swing up the lead, and then played another Unison, which I think that Unison was in rest mode. I think.
On the leader side,
yeah,
I think he gets played in rest mode. But then you just play Piccolo afterwards.
Yeah.
in the long run. I don't think it matters.
There's some draw lives. I was wondering if you were playing them or not.
Yeah, I'll run it as a 1 of, just because I didn't want it to be too clunky, but I'm definitely going to run it as a 2 of.
What if that last card wasn't overrun, Jimmy?
I mean, I still had a different status.
Okay.
Unless it was like a crater absorb, then, I'm fine. I hope.
And I'm assuming at this point, this is practically it now. You have 2 cards in your hand. You're tapped out. You can't even activate a negate blocker because you don't have a life for it.
Yeah. That's why I just kept going. Because before I passed turn, I had 1 open energy. I had 3 cards in hand, and 2 of them were unison. So I knew at that point it was pretty much over. So I just kept going and then passed turn, knowing that the game was over.
Fair enough.
And right there, I was discussing my how upset I was that I didn't get to play my bunny girl combo. Yeah.
With that being said, thank you for tuning in. Keep minding those buttons down below and on the screen. Nick, would you want to do our outro? Because Jimmy won't.
Yeah, I guess I've been creeping.
I never said no.
It was a great match between you two. Always good to see GT. I like this spin on blue-yellow drip. Read your cards, know your plays. Let us make the mistakes you don't have to, and fluff out.